So I've been watching these Far Cry trailers, and they look really, really good. I really, really am interested in this game. I love the way these trailers are set up. They look totally innocent. Like this is just, for example, this one, just a father thinking about his future child, hopefully a boy, and how he's gonna fly his plane like he does, and all this sort of stuff. It's really, really well done. And then I like at the end where it pans out and you see that they're part of a war. They're involved in some kind of civil war. Really, really interesting. Great premise as well. The idea, as far as I'm aware, is there is a particular cult, a sort of messianic cult that is intent on essentially taking over a fictional county in America, and they have done so, and as I'm aware, it's these people who are fighting back against them. And, I mean, I might be wrong, I've not checked the premise yet, because I might be wrong, but I don't really want to check, because I'm looking forward to playing it, to be honest. I haven't actually looked forward to a game for a long time, and it's the politics and the characters of this game that look interesting. I'm already drawn in. This is actually really, really well done. Of course, there were dozens and dozens of social justice warriors all over social media going, "Oh, I can't believe we're not just going to be able to kill redneck Christians." It's like, oh no, the redneck Christians might actually be the heroes of this. Oh, that's awful. How awful. That's so oppressive. And then, in the last day or two, these articles have started coming out. Stuff like this. Far Cry Petition says games should be cancelled as it's an insult to Americans. What the fuck? Really? Deranged Petition calls for Far Cry 5 to be cancelled because its villains are white Americans. What? Who gives a shit? Baffling petition against Far Cry 5 bubbles to the surface. Wow, I mean that must be a well-signed petition, right? This bizarre petition is aiming to get Far Cry 5 cancelled. Well, they're really pushing this, aren't they? A petition asking Ubisoft to cancel Far Cry 5. Change.org petition started to cancel Far Cry 5 because of multicultural bullshit. How does this look multicultural? These dudes look fucking epic. I mean, this is obviously the Last Supper, for anyone who doesn't know. It's set in, like, Montana or something. I don't know where. But what I love about Far Cry, I really like the Far Cry games, because the villains have personality and character. They're actually interesting. There is something going on. In this case, it's a chap who wants to set up something called Eden's Gate or something. Again, I haven't looked into it deeply because I want it to be a surprise. Again, petition that demands cancellation of Far Cry 5. Petition to cancel Far Cry 5. Petition to cancel Far Cry 5 because it's an insult to fans. Alright, let's have a look at this petition. Cancel Far Cry 5. 688 signatures. This was worth talking about, wasn't it? Enough is enough, Ubisoft. We've sat through your multicultural lectures and your preachy games aimed at degenerates and miscegenators. Oh, I hope this petition was started by Andrew Anglin. We've tolerated it in the name of gameplay design and innovation. What? But no more. Far Cry 5 is an insult to your fan base. The Americans who make up the majority of your customers, it's time you woke up to that fact. Change this or cancel it. Us gamers with a capital G, ooh, this is exciting, have had to endure a lot of crap over the last few years. The targeted harassment by the mainstream press through Gamergate. Who would call it targeted harassment? What, in Gamergate, has anyone ever said that the press is harassing gamers? Or is that something that the press was saying gamers were doing to them? The terrible launch, the outright lies of a highly anticipated video game, the outright censorship of art through localization policies, the continued... Who gives a shit? You're on the internet. Download it off of Steam. Download a fucking torrent site. The continued rejection of romantic partners when they find out our hobby. What, video games? Everyone fucking plays video games. What are you talking about? What the... This is like an SJW's fucking fantasy. This is, I think, how they perceive gamers, to be honest. The appropriation of our culture by so-called gamers on Twitter. No more! It's time to draw a line in the sand. We, the American gamers that make up the majority of the user base, demand you to cancel this game or alter it to be less offensive to your main player base. Yeah, gamers are worried about offense. That's what they're worried about. Being offended. Things that are offensive should be taken out of games. This is total gamer modus operandi. That's what they always do. I mean, this isn't obviously a plant by the press or some SJW and then picked up by the press because it's exactly what they want to hear or anything. No, wouldn't be anything like that. In these times, you must understand that there might be some violent repercussions if you intend to follow through with your pointless criticism. Jesus. It's kill or be slaughtered all over again. Gamers are going to war with the police. They're going to go to war with the developers. Oh god, this is the best thing I've read today. So here are the following suggestions to make to your game. Change the villains. Why? I think a messianic cult would be awesome. To be honest with you, I'd like to play a game where I was the cult leader to see how that would work. But anyway, it's not so hard really. Just change the villains to something more realistic. What? Change them to Asian, 5'2", so they can run a cult called By Any Means Necessary. Islam is on the rise in America. It's not. It's tiny in America. It's really tiny, and yet they still get terrorist attacks. Amazing. As is the violence of inner city gangs. To be honest with you, I think that's probably waning as well. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's ridiculously high, but I don't think it's going up. I'd have to check. I should have checked, but never mind. Are you scared to do so? In the words of Voltaire. That's so transparently, embarrassingly, obviously fake. To learn who rules you, simply find out who's not being criticised. That wasn't actually Voltaire either. Alter the villains. What? You just said change the villains. It's the same fucking thing. Even if you insist on making the villains American Christians. Oh yeah, these guys are just good old American Christians. I'm pretty sure the logo was Scientology or something like that. Consider mixing the races a bit as to not target white people exclusively. What do you mean target white people exclusively? Who the fuck's opinion is this? There are plenty of nationalists of every stripe and every race and creed, so throw in some blacks and Mexicans. You could, I guess. Why? Who gives a shit? There is no reason a protectionist nationalist movement would be one race. So why stop being politically correct here? This is written by an SJW, wasn't it? Alter the plot. Do you even know what the plot is? I mean, the game isn't out yet. It's obvious that you continue to insist on using these characters. However, with a few artistic tweaks you can save the concept entirely. Have the villains simply be misguided patriots, forced into making their own nation versus the will of an oppressive over-government, construed of all the people they turn their wrath against in their immediate surroundings. What is this? This is so dumb. Who is fooled by this, apart from, like, practically all of the press? Their brutal physical and sexual violence towards their oppressors will then be explained as a reaction to harsh government policies and taxations to show that both sides are wrong. I don't think the cult are meant to be representative of American Christians. In fact, as far as I can tell from the trailers, the sort of good old boy American Christians, the woman in the bar, the preacher in his church, the guy with his plane, as far as I can tell, they are the American Christians, and they are the resistance to the psychotic cult members who have taken over the county. I mean, I think that sounds fucking cool. And to be honest with you, I'm really looking forward to it. I enjoyed Far Cry 3 a lot. I skipped Far Cry 4 because, frankly, I was playing Ark, and it seemed to be basically the same thing. I'm sure it was more polished, but I've got my Ark server, so fuck it. But Far Cry 3 was great, and this looks really cool. I think this is a really innovative setting. And what I love about this is that I love it when villains have realistic motives. Being part of a psychotic cult is actually a realistic motive. These things genuinely exist, and it could be really fucking fun to see this going on. But hey, I mean, no, change it. Gamers demand you change it. What could possibly be fun about having that? Oh god, no. And there was a black guy as a priest as well. Change that, because that's like oppressive and multicultural or something. I don't know. Honestly, this is just such a joke. Change the setting, but only for certain markets. Look, I get that anti-Americanism plays in France, and I'm not telling you to give up on potential profits due to complaints. wouldn't want to be thought of as one of those hypocrite feminists, right? No, you can't possibly think that everyone else thinks this was written by like a gamer or even someone from the alt-right. This is obviously written by a feminist. But for America right now, anti-Americanism is out. You've got to play your market. Change the setting to Canada for America. Why? And God, I imagine at this stage in the development of the game, that would be a colossal fucking change. This way you don't turn away potential players due to offensiveness. That's your problem. That's something an SJW cares about. That's not something a fucking average person cares about. If they find it offensive, they just won't buy it. Just trying to help you make more money? Yeah, no, okay. If you insist. Follow one or more of these and the game will be safe from PC hell multicultural development. We Americans have so few games to call our own. And we're tired of losing them to multicultural bullshit. That's really fucking convincing. I am totally sold on this. Oh, look at this. Look at this. All of the verified journos who, yeah. Oh, look, this is confirming all of our biases. This must definitely have been gamers trying to get this cancelled. Oh, God. Every single fucking one. Oh, my God. Oh, yeah, Rami, yeah, you better bookmark that. You guys are fucking idiots. If you think everyone doesn't know that one of your number made this, you are fucking moronic. And it looks like the petition is just being trolled anyway. You dumb fucks. You absolute dumb fucks. I have no idea if this incredible petition is real or not. I do. I know. It's not real, Stephen. It's not real. You guys are morons. You want this to be true. That's it. You just want this to be true. So apparently this was started by someone called Gamers United. No other information, so I don't know where to even start looking. I did a quick Google search and you get lots of just random communities called Gamers United who are all playing video games and not giving a shit about this. So I have no idea, but this is such obvious horse shit. I absolutely love the verified journos. You fucking idiots.
You are fake news.